Welcome to Sumita Roy's English Classroom. I'm Professor Sumita Roy. This is a video where we shall talk about how you can easily learn English communication by using the videos which I'm uploading. Some of you wanted a motivational video. You have seen many motivational videos where I have spoken about the importance of LSRW, etc. After that, because all of you wanted to learn in a systematic way how English is supposed to be learned step by step, I thought we should have the English classroom. And that is why I have started this channel, Sumita Roy's English Classroom. Here, I'm giving you lessons on all aspects of language learning. When we want to communicate well, we have to listen first. A small child learns the mother tongue by listening to many people speaking at home. The child doesn't speak as soon as it's born. After listening for a long time, the child is able to speak. If a child is born with a hearing defect, the child cannot hear, then that child cannot learn to speak because unless you listen, you cannot speak. So, all of you who want to improve your communication should first listen. In each of the videos, some of which are almost an hour or more, I have been speaking constantly. Throughout the video, you will find that I have been speaking. When you watch these videos, it is not enough to watch them once. You have to watch the same thing repeatedly, maybe only 10 minutes, but watch it 5 or 10 times. The language, the structures, the expressions get embedded in your mind when you do that. Then the benefit you get is that your listening is your learning. You need not look at anything else except the listening. First time when you listen to the meaning of the passage. In almost all the videos, I have given you exercises in the form of sentences or passages. In the listening videos, you have passages which I have read out to you, and also I have given you for reading it yourself. Therefore, you have sufficient listening practice in these videos. I will continue to upload the videos everywhere you will hear me speaking, and that is your listening exercise. Now, when it comes to the next aspect of communication, that is speaking. So when you listen to one particular part of the video, suppose you listen to some of the sentences or a passage, a paragraph or two, sometimes description of pictures, because I have given some videos on picture reading, then you have to speak it out yourself. Even if you make mistakes, try to recollect what you listened and say it loudly. Unless you say it aloud, your communication will never improve. So, listening, speaking, all available in each video. It is not a separate video for listening, speaking. I'm telling you today that every video is for all aspects of communication and language. Then we have reading. All of you are reading. I have given you some practice test also. Although not many people have done the practice test, which is very disappointing because if you do a test, you can evaluate yourself. You can see whether you're learning or not. We have many subscribers, but just subscribing to a channel is not good enough. You subscribe and you say, oh, I have subscribed to the English classroom, therefore my English is good. It doesn't happen like that. You need to practice. So the third of the skills of communication is reading. So whenever you have the slide in front of you, since you have finished listening and speaking, you can switch off the volume and read the slides loudly yourself. You have heard me talking about them, reading them to you. So listening is over. You have closed the slide or you have kept the slide on hold and you have spoken about it. Now you switch off my voice and let your voice come, let your communication come fluently and clearly. Try to learn language by imitation. If you listen to the speeches of great people which are available online, you get benefited in the sense that you will be able to imitate whatever they say, the language which they use, the manner in which they use it, the vocabulary, etc. And this will benefit you immensely. Now, that is the reading aspect. You can also read some books apart from the passages I have given you, which you can read many times. You know, each passage, each exercise which I have given many sentences continuously, you can practice. Where I have spoken about something and I have not given you any script, like the first slide in each video, there you can slowly listen, write down whatever I have said, and then try to read it aloud. Remember that speaking and reading, unless you do it loudly, unless you do it using your own voice mechanism, the machine which God has given you for speaking, unless you use that, your communication will never improve. If you just watch the videos, nothing happens. Let each video be for you all the four skills, as you know, the basis for learning all the four skills. Now we come to writing. So when you have heard the video, you can switch it off and write in your notebook, what did you learn from the video? This I tried to tell you to do it in the comment box. Not necessary to always write a question, not necessary to always say thank you, madam, but to say that this is what I learned from this video. There you are practicing your writing. If you don't feel like writing in the comment box, then take a notebook and every day you write. Now, those of you who are sincerely watching the videos and who are genuinely interested in learning good English, not learning English, I'm not saying learning English because all of you know English, but I want you to become excellent. I want you to become very good so that you can manage with the language in whatever context you have to use it. So if you're interested in that, then you have to do a practice every day for an hour or two. Please keep 1 or 2 hours of your time, however busy you are. Yesterday and today, I got mails from different countries, not only India, and they have spoken about how difficult they find to speak English. The reason is because they are not practicing. Here in this video, I'm telling you how you should practice. Take each video for all the LSRW skills. Separate video is not necessary for that. Every video which has been uploaded can help you to improve your listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Now we come to the next point I want to mention, and that is your language skills. In your language skills, I'm trying to give you exercises for everything. We have grammar first. We have in great detail already completed Noun and pronoun. Noun and pronoun are interchangeable because usually the pronoun does the work of a noun also. The grammar lessons are little heavy because a lot of explanation is there. You might have to listen to it many times before you grasp what I'm trying to tell you. If it is a real classroom, then I would repeat myself many times till all the students understood. But this is a digital classroom. It is not face to face. Since it is a digital classroom, we have to do self learning for most of the time. I'm giving you the concept, what is a noun, what is a pronoun, how they function, what are their types. I have told you all this in great detail. Now you have to practice this in real life. So after watching the videos on noun and pronoun, when you go back to all the other videos, you will try to spot all the nouns that are there in each video. That video might only be a beginner's video for learning nouns or verbs, or it might be a video for listening, or it might be a video for advanced collocation. Whatever the video is, if there are some English sentences, you will find out which are the nouns and pronouns used in that sentence. Today I'm only recording, no slides are there. So listen to me and say how many nouns I'm using, what type of nouns I'm using, what is their function in the sentences which I have used. That means every sentence you have to listen carefully, listen repeatedly, write down if you have problem, then analyze it for noun and pronoun. Now you can guess that noun and pronoun are not only 6 videos. They are there in every one of the 30 videos which are already uploaded. And they will be there in the remaining 100, 200 videos which might come in the classroom. Then we have vocabulary. I'm going to start with some beginner's vocabulary, which I will take from the pronunciation videos which you have already seen. Because that day I told you that if you don't know the meanings of any of these words, you tell me. No comment, no list. But I'm sure many of you don't know the meaning and usage of those words. So I will now pick out words which I think are difficult for beginners and then explain them in the vocabulary form. But vocabulary is there in every video because we are using words. Without words, there is no language. Therefore, words are most important. Look at all the words. Try to see which words you know and which you do not know. Find out the meaning by looking at a dictionary. Online dictionaries are plenty. You don't have to go anywhere else. Look at it. If you have a physical dictionary, that is wonderful. The dictionary is your best friend. So make use of it. But if you don't have, these videos are sufficient. I have given you a variety of words, and these will help you to develop your vocabulary. We are not starting with a very high level competitive exam vocabulary. I will try to do that for the advanced level, but not for the beginners and the mid level. So, vocabulary you can learn from all the videos. I will devote much time to many videos to advancing your vocabulary skills. Then we have pronunciation. I have given 3 videos for pronunciation, that is the basic 3 videos for all the 3 levels. The first video has sounds which you are not listening to carefully. After listening to those sounds and the symbols which represent those sounds, I get questions about spelling. This I told you at the beginning of the video, at the beginning of pronunciation in English, that the alphabet the letters which we learn, A, B, C, D, when you go to school for the first time, they do not represent all the sounds in English. If you take Hindi, Hindi has the same number of sounds as there are letters in the alphabet. If you take other Indian languages, it is the same. I do not know about other foreign languages. You can, if you come from another language, if your background is Arabic or Chinese or some African language, then you must tell me as to whether the symbols are enough for all the sounds. Do not go by spelling and pronunciation together in English. I gave you examples of this also. So first learn the pronunciation and learn the corresponding symbol which represents that pronunciation. Try to say whether it is adequate for the letters or it is not. This video is very important. Of course, many of you might have learnt the sounds in your school or college when you studied English, but I thought I must give it to you because many of you say that you have not studied English formally. So for all of you, the sounds are there. Then words are there. And then in the advanced video, some connected speech is also there, 2 passages. If you practice these, then you can go back to every video and practice all the pronunciation by saying it aloud. The entire video and all the slides are words in English. They need to be pronounced. And I told you, you have to speak loudly and read loudly. So when you're speaking or reading loudly, you will use the correct sound and not go by the spelling. The spellings might mislead you. You have a word like church, C-H-U-R-C-H. So you have CH as ch, again CH as ch. Very wonderful word, we have no problem. But you have a word like check, C-H-E-C-K. Now here C is pronounced as ch, CH is pronounced, and CK, C is not pronounced at all, only K is pronounced. So what happened to the C? We don't know. C is not there at all. Although in spelling it is there, in pronunciation it is not there. So all of you who are getting doubts about spelling and pronunciation, let me clarify to you that very often in English, not always, but very often, the spelling and the pronunciation might not be the same. I gave you the example of the sound G. G is written with G. G is also written with other sounds. J, we feel, should be written with J, but J is not J, it is Y. Y is the last line alphabet for Hindi. If you know Hindi, you will know. Or if you know Telugu or other languages, you have the first sound in the last line is the sound Y. This sound is what the J symbol represents. So we don't say J anymore. All these I have explained in the beginner's pronunciation video. Now, if your pronunciation is not improving, you must listen and repeat. I have given you enough time to repeat also. I have not spoken continuously in the videos for pronunciation. I have left some time for speaking. So you need to speak out in that gap which is there in the video itself. And then go on practicing it again and again. Now, in spoken English, we stop at this point. That is grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation. Enough for speaking. Then we have what is called as writing. Many of you want videos on writing. I will do all kinds of writing. I have already given you how to make a sentence for beginners by giving jumbled words, how to make a paragraph by giving jumbled sentences. These videos are already there. Please see them. Now, writing skills require spelling and punctuation. Now, spelling rules, I will make quite a few videos because there are many spelling rules which you need to learn. But the best way to learn spelling is to look at the word when you are reading. Whatever you're reading, please look at the word. Actually, what we do is when we are reading this word, our eyes have gone to the seventh word because we read it swiftly. We already know English. Don't do that. When you're reading this word, look at this word. Your spelling will get embedded in your mind. Like vocabulary, if you don't know a word and you don't feel like looking at the dictionary, you come across that word 20 times, you don't need a dictionary. You will immediately be able to understand approximately what that word means. That means usage is most important. Similarly, in spelling, if you see the same spelling many times, you will get it correct. Now, you see, beginners, in every video for beginners, I'm writing beginners with 2N. Many times the mistaken spelling is people write 2G and 2Gs and 1N. That is not the correct spelling. These days we have computers which might tell you, okay, this is not the correct spelling. That's an advantage, but don't depend on the machine. Try to enhance your skills because when you go into a career, people are going to see your skills, not the skills of your laptop. Therefore, let the laptop be your support. Let it not be the main focus and you are the support to your laptop. That is not correct. Punctuation also, we will do many videos because punctuation is very important while writing. If you change the punctuation, the same sentence can have 2 or 3 different meanings. Therefore, we have to learn punctuation. Now, whenever you are reading, whenever you're looking at the slides which I make, check if it has any punctuation. If it has a punctuation, notice what is the punctuation that is there. If you can do this for all the videos, then you will get some benefit. I will try to do in great detail all these language points. That is grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, spelling, and punctuation. But all this will take time. Please understand that what we are doing is actually done from class 1 to class 10 in the schools. This is what you're supposed to have learned. But many people pay attention to other subjects which interest them. They might not pay attention to English. Later in life, when you start working, many of you are working, then you realize how important English is. Then you would like to learn quickly. So I'm telling you a pattern that it cannot be done in a single day or in a single minute or in a week and so on. Those promises are wonderful, but it is not realistic. You take your time, do it slowly, but do it perfectly so that at the end of the year or at the end of 6 months, people will be impressed by your English. Your speaking and writing will inspire others to learn English. That is the level we want. We don't want only the basic English. Many videos are there of this nature. I have seen my own videos being cut and pasted in various channels where I am not there, but only what I'm saying is put in a scrolling. People are saying we are learning by this. That's wonderful. That is highly motivating. But for all of you who have been telling me so often, I'm making these videos so that maximum people benefit by it. Today, I find that very, very few people are watching the videos, and you are anticipating by saying, Madam, please do this, Madam, please do that. Please don't try to look at the future videos. Use the videos which are already there for learning, listening, speaking, reading, writing, for learning grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, spelling, and punctuation. These things, if you learn, it will be wonderful. I will also post many videos on English literature because that will be very beneficial to language learners also. Because you will get all the LSRW skills there: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. You will get excellent vocabulary. You will get correct grammar, sentence structures, which are various and very helpful for all of you. In this way, I'm trying to give you a comprehensive, that means a total picture of what is English. You might be getting impatient because technology has made us very impatient. Today, if a video comes which is 2 minutes, we watch 30 seconds and we skip it. My videos are almost an hour or more. So you say, oh, 5 minutes is enough. We don't want to watch. But if you are sincere in your desire to learn, somebody who's 60 years old wrote a mail 2 days back saying, I'm 60. Can I learn? Yes. I replied by saying that when I started teaching, I was only 22 years old. And one of my students was 80 years old, 80. At that age, also, he had so much desire to learn, and he learned very well, very nicely. So there is no age limit. We can learn at any time. But the maximum use for these videos is for youngsters. College going students who have to appear for interviews will find this very useful because your interview will be in English most probably. People who have just got into the job will find these videos very useful. So if you know others who are doing, you know, who are struggling for English and who are working, share it with them. Then you also have people who are already in mid-level, manager level, whether you are in the court of law, whether you are in the hospital, or you're in the police department, or you're in any of the other government departments. You need English. And therefore, since English is not our mother tongue, we did not learn it at home from our parents and grandparents. We have to work hard to learn it. This video is to motivate all of you. Don't give up learning. Please remember that every sentence which I have uttered in these videos is a learning experience for you. And every time you speak on what you learned in the video, you go to your friends, your colleagues, your neighbors, and you say, today I watched a video. This is what I learned. Tell them in English, even if it is wrong English, broken English, and they laugh at you. Don't be disappointed. Learning anything is difficult. We don't learn it without effort. So make the maximum effort. I'm trying to help you to the best of my ability. But as I told you in one of the videos, there is a saying in English: you can take a horse to the water, cannot make it drink. So if the horse is thirsty, the horse will drink. So I can explain all the lessons of English, but I need sincere, committed, and thirsty for knowledge people who will watch and benefit. Please remember that everything which I have said here is beneficial for you. No video is just a waste. Even those 1 minute videos which I have put for your queries have 1 minute of English. And that can help you to improve your vocabulary, your pronunciation, your spelling, punctuation, grammar, everything. So keep practicing, keep watching the videos. I will keep uploading as fast as they get ready so that you have a lot of videos to learn from every aspect of the language. Thank you and all the best.